Okay, I'm just going to go a little bit off the cuff here about some things that I've been thinking about and the way they're all being spun to us as the public. No, this is not a conspiracy theory video. These are conspiracy facts. No, just kidding. But for real, there is a very interesting rhetoric going on right now in the United States of America. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world, but it seems like there's this rhetoric that these ultra wealthy people are going to save us somehow. Like the Elon Musks, the Donald Trumps, all the super politicians. They're going to save us. They're our heroes. Joe Biden's our hero. Like, what? No, none of these people are good. None of these people are doing anything good. The idea that someone could say, the Republicans are bad. Yes, I agree with that. The idea that someone could say the Democrats are bad. Yes, I agree with that. The idea that someone could say that one of these sides is good. You could say that you think one of them's better than the other. But if you think one of the sides is actually good, I got a bridge to sell you because you might be one of the most gullible suckers out there. But right when I think that people can't be thinking like this, people can't possibly be buying this crap that they're trying to spoon feed us. Like, you could see Jesse Waters talking about how he thinks that if McDonald's workers make $20 an hour, they're going to be making six figures when they'd be making less than $40K a year. Jesse, you make $5 million a year. What? Look at that clip up on Patrick Bet David's show where he does not know what a $20 minimum wage even is. Like, people are so out of touch. There's this insinuation that everybody in America, everyone in the United States, is like a millionaire. That we're all living this life of luxury and we're all have it so good. But what is that doing? It's isolating all the workers, all the people that are just living on a subsistence wage, that are just barely making it, which is a lot of us. There's plenty of people that are not making, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to stash away every year. And one simple thing like a medical problem or a car crash or anything like that could just take away all your savings. So why are we pretending that we're all so prosperous and then that now the problem is the only reason we're not more prosperous is that migrants and poor people and homeless people are all the problems. These are all the problems. They're coming from the people below you. It's not the billionaires that have like an unbelievable amount of wealth that you could not fathom, that they could never spend in their whole lifetimes, that they have companies worth billions, but for some reason they need to start another publicly traded, hugely profitable company. Can't you just start a company that breaks even? Like, why are we not asking these people to do better? Why are we not asking these billionaires to raise the minimum wage? In reality, none of these people are doing anything for the workers or for the lower class of this at all. And we want to turn it into a race issue. We want to turn it into all these different point down. It's the person beneath you or beside you. That is your enemy. The person beneath you or beside you. Not the person above you. They are the one that's going to save you, but later. One day, maybe, if you can take away all the regulations so that they could finally run a profitable, prosperous business. No, that's not the way this works. And so we're living in this illusion right now that these things are saving us. And in reality, there's these kinds of hard truths. Like, all right, let's look at electric cars. I am not anti-electric car by any metric. But there are some things we got to really look at. Like, where are all these metals coming from? How are these being mined? Is this more ethical than oil? Okay, here's another interesting stat. If you take like a Tesla and you buy it off the lot and you're charging it only on solar power, you're going to have to drive around 30,000 miles before you account for the emissions that it took to create that car. So it's not like it's not creating a carbon footprint at all. It is. Every car made produces a carbon footprint. Now here's the problem. Here's the kicker, if you will. Most people are not charging their cars off of solar energy or renewable green energy. Most people are charging their cars off natural gas or coal power. Now, if you do that, it's going to take you 80 or 90,000 miles in your Tesla before you could say that it's green, before you're zero emissions, if you will. So it's kind of this laughable joke that we can pretend. We can be like, oh, I'm going to put on the veil that I'm going green. This is all electric. This is all good. But in reality, we're not quite there yet with the infrastructure to make that the utopian vision that we are selling it as. And so I just ask everyone to take a grain of salt with anything that's being told to you by like an ultra wealthy person, by the elite, by the establishment, by the corporations. I'm not asking you to go down a QAnon rabbit hole, conspiracy theories, the earth is flat, all of this other stuff. No. I'm just asking you to look at your side, look at the other side. If you're not on a side, look at it all, observe it. Don't just eat it, don't just swallow it down. Take it with that salt so that you could see and try to observe, like, what is the rhetoric that's being thrown around, and are those people really capable of affecting your life in the same way? Here's a great example of the way that society is always telling us to solve the problem. We need to recycle. We need to go green. We need to buy electric cars. We're consumers. We're just all one person. The corporations need to do something about this. The corporations need to do something to solve this, and not just buying climate credits so that they could pretend that they're carbon neutral. No, they have to do something about it. So in reality, all this is really asking people to do is remember, everybody around you that's at eye level with you is not your enemy, is not your competition. They're not the ones creating this economy, creating this top-down thing that we're all living in, where it's like, oh, up here is all good, but down here you're barely scraping, and then everyone down here, yeah, but we don't want to give anything to those people. Like, no medicine, like, for sure, they're gonna have to pay top dollar for that, right? Because, like, it's not a right to be healthy. You have to be born wealthy to be healthy. Health is wealth, and so wealth is health, and so if you're born wealthy, you're born healthy. No, that's nonsense. It's nonsense. For instance, in Arizona, they were able to pass a bill that, or not a bill, they were able to negotiate with creditors in order to reduce the amount that they had to pay on medical debt by an extreme amount, and then the government paid for it. I did the same calculations with the total national medical debt with the US from 2020, which is, I think, somewhere around $230 billion, something like that. Well, if you did the same kind of like deal that Arizona got to pay off their medical debt, we could pay off all of the medical debt in the United States for $3 to $4 billion. $3 to $4 billion. Do you know how often you hear about billions of dollars getting thrown around? Why are we not buying up the whole country's medical debt right now? Why? Oh, we're too busy like buying bombs for other countries to like fight and pretending that we're like giving those countries money. We're like, yeah, we're giving money to these other countries. You know which countries I'm talking about. We're giving them money. That's what we say. We're giving them all this money. No, we're not. We are buying our own weapons. We're jerking ourselves off. Our own missiles. We're jerking our own missiles off. We're like, yeah, Oppenheimer. Yeah, I can't wait to bombs. Buying our own old bombs and weapons and materials and selling them to other countries. But we're footing the bill. So we buy our own weapons, give them away, so that we can make more weapons for ourselves. We can't buy our own people out of medical debt, but we want to buy weapons to make stuff worse in other places. We can just keep, like in Ouroboros, we're like the snake eating its tail, except for we're just eating our own weapons nonstop. Oh gosh, I just really hope that people could see it's not the other people. It's the system, and it's not the left, and it's not the right. They are both like completely dominated by corporations right now. So there are things that we got to do. Open our eyes. It's not everything is a lie. It's not everything is a conspiracy. It's not they're drinking blood. It's these people. They're trying to replace us. It's all that. No, it's none of that. It's just that all the wealth is concentrated in the hands of a very few amount of people, and they're pretending like there's not enough to go around. But remember, there is enough to go around. So spread that wealth, my people. All right, that's all.